overcome these two feelings to overcome your captors. So welcome to After Abuse Recovery. Today I'm doing this as a video and not just a short because I have a few things to say. So welcome, beautiful souls. I go by Talia Joe or Joyous. I will talk a little bit about my life that led me to now overcoming fear and rejection. Those two feelings, fear and rejection. A person can be in handcuffs and locked away, but still be free. Meanwhile, a person could be walking around free to roam the streets and be trapped, locked away because of fear and rejection. Many empaths, many people suffering emotional abuse face fear, face rejection. The rejection causes their fear to be a continuous thing in their lives on a daily basis. I grew up with a covert narcissistic mother. I was not aware of any of that in my growing up until my recent years. And she had been abusive to me. I've been through many types of abuses and trauma in my life. I've been through sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, narcissistic abuse. I've lost my only child. So I've gone through a lot of abuse and trauma, just to name a few. I have people commenting on my YouTube videos, trying to instill fear or shame in me to remove my videos commenting about my appearance. So growing up, I've always been beautiful. I'm still beautiful. I'm so beautiful. I'm glowing, whether you see it or not. My beauty is not radiating on the outside. My beauty is a glow within. For many years, due to fear and rejection, even when I looked physically attractive, I was unattractive on the inside due to fear and rejection and people making me feel as if I had no value. Now, test me, try me, I don't care. I love my beautiful, beautiful souls out there, and I want the best for all. But there are some that I'm here to help along. There's some that I can carry, and there's some that I will leave behind. And I now know through discernment when the time has come for me to carry and to leave behind. Because I'm no longer trapped in fear. So leaving disrespectful comments on my YouTube videos that I should go hide myself, or you would prefer to choose a narcissist than me, congratulations. The universe has granted your request. So I understand that these comments are coming from a place of fear, and many have gone through rejection. I don't take them personally, but hurt people hurt people. And in order to make yourself appear puffed up, to mask your shame or feeling, is not going to stop you from feeling the way you feel. From all my hurt and pain, I became the author of this best-selling book, Breaking Free, an Empath's Guide to Spiritual Healing from Narcissistic Abuse and Trauma. Talia Joe, me. How did I come into this fear? I grew up, as I was stating, with a mother who was physically abusive. And in many of the abuses, sometimes I'd be asleep, and in her mind, her ego needed to be boosted. So I could be asleep, and if I did something that pissed her off, that warranted her beating me, and I was being scarce the whole day trying to avoid a beating, I would have to sleep with both eyes open. Tell me how you sleep with both eyes open. Many people are doing it now because they're woke, as it's been termed. Anyways, so I'd be in my bed asleep and being whooped, right? So growing up in my childhood, there were always a perpetual fear of my mom. I don't like calling her my mom. That's a word that tastes like I'm drinking vinegar when I say it. So I grew up with a very unhealthy dose of fear from a young age because she would not let anything escape. There was nothing that was let go. She was very rigid. She had me as a teenage parent, and I got to be the one to pay for her having the sexual relation and bringing me here into this world. She took no responsibility for that. And even though I understood that, she tried to say, don't make the same choices I did. But that led to me being stifled as a child growing up because of the fear that she instilled in me, that even when I became an adult, I was still scared of having adult relations because I kept thinking, I don't want to have a child in the way my mom did. So in all those years, there were many people who tried to rape me, and I was more scared of her than the people who were trying to rape me. I would not go and try to tell her that these people were trying to violate me. Fast forward years later, I met my now ex-partner, who is a grandiose and covert narcissist. And about a year into that relationship, my son was born prematurely. And I buried him, had to bury him because of bad bad advice I was given. 6 months after my son passed, then my vehicle accident came. It's now almost 9 years later, and there's still my body that has swelling at different parts, different time of day. I never know when I'm going to be looking crooked or ragged. I don't care. I'm not saying that appearance is not important to me, but my journey right now, even though I'm still going through my transformation, my journey right now is not about self. My journey right now is to bring awareness to the people of this universe, to let especially wounded empaths know my messages are not for everyone. My message is for those who are of the warrior spirit, who are here to fight for the universe. My message is for those who know that within, that we are in this world, but not of this world. We are guardians and nurturers of this world for our Creator. So I don't care if you were to appear on my YouTube channel and be disrespectful, because it will not stop my messages. I'm not on camera or on YouTube because I'm looking to be an influencer. I am walking by my calling to share these messages and to wake up the Creator's children who are wounded right now and not realizing that beneath the fog of fear and rejection, there is so much beauty out there. And whatever trap they're in right now and feeling like life has passed them by, who else is going to want me? My partner after this life and so many years with this partner, who else is going to want me? You have no idea the beauty and abundance that awaits you if you just wake up. Wake up. Fear and rejection are feelings. Feelings. I feel like eating pizza, feel like eating Chinese food. Feelings. We are not born with the spirit of fear. We are not born with the spirit of fear. It is a man-made emotion that we are conditioned to believing that we need to have. Be afraid of your boss, be afraid of the police, be afraid of this and afraid of that. I have lived through these feelings my entire life, which is why I've shared my life story up until now. The only way you will live a life, a true, beautiful life, where you begin to walk into your purpose, where you experience spiritual healing, where you transcend from the brokenness that has carried you up until now into your true spiritual being, your angel self. You're called to be, at least I was born to be an angel. I am an angel here amongst you beautiful souls. So no idle talk is going to take me off this path. So overcoming fear. Examples of me overcoming fear. When the universe and the creator is getting ready for you to take on your mission in this beautiful, beautiful universe we inhabit, nothing you try to do that does not align with walking into your purpose is going to work. You can avoid your calling all you want. You can run, but you cannot hide. And you're going to live by fear, and the rejection is going to become so overwhelming. It will be all you see, live, and breathe. You're going to be extremely angry, but that's because you're not heeding to your calling. So fear, everything I set out to do, everything that I was afraid would happen, happened anyways. I was afraid I would lose my job. I lost my job anyways. I needed my job to qualify for a mortgage to live in my beautiful home. No, I didn't need a job. I still live in my beautiful home. I still don't have a job. The job that I now have is working for myself. The job I now have is working for the universe, is working for the creator. The job I now have is the best job I've ever had in my entire life, because it's a job that has been deep within, that has been boiling the yearning that I've had for years of wanting to be my own self, working for myself. So everything that I was afraid of happened anyway. The man is gonna leave. He could leave if he want to. He was a narcissistic person, so there was nothing that I would be losing. In the end, I had enough and I discarded that relationship. I discarded him. What I was excited about and the person I wanted to nurture was not good for me. He was not my husband. He was not my partner. He was not my soul partner. He was nothing to me or for me. But I thank him for the lessons, right? I spent my whole life being afraid, but if I did this or I told my mother the truth, she would be upset. She was upset anyways because it had nothing to do with me. This is just the person and the temperament and her mentality has nothing to do with me. And many of us take on responsibility and assume other people's emotion, thinking that we're the problem when it's never been us. So the point about fear is a feeling. It is something that we realize that, oh my God, this is how we're supposed to react, because this is something that the body tells us we need to run. Fight or flight response kick in. Ooh, we're in fear. Tell yourself this: whether you become afraid of the situation or not, It's like me eating scary movie. I love watching mystery movies, but I don't like gore movies. And sometimes, in order to start watching a mystery movie, there's some level of gore in it. And I conditioned my mind at one point, hey, that looks like blood. That is obviously some kind of a liquid of some sort that simulates blood. My mind told my mind that that's what that is. That's not real blood. That's not a real person that I saw being hacked right there. It's for a movie. It's conditioning our mind, retraining our brain to realize. I used to love watching MacGyver, the original MacGyver, right? And MacGyver would always come out of the situation. So there's always a way out. So if you feel fear here, when you've worked yourself up in a frenzy and you're supposed to get from here to here, you found that this is the start of the day, this is the end of the day. You've gotten through many days, and whether the situation you wanted to work out in that way worked in your favor or not, the day passed anyways. So was it worth going through all the fear? So at the end of the day, fear is just a feeling. Fear, similarly to rejection, is just a feeling. It's how we process it. If there's someone that you pass on the street that you found unattractive, was trying to get with you, you tell yourself, I'm better than that. No, thank you. Right? You would reject them, whether you said it to them politely or not. So when someone who is wounded, like a narcissistic person, who basically is functioning from a place of darkness, rejects you, how then can you then tell yourself that this is you and you need to own that rejection? It has nothing to do with you. And if you know anything about a narcissist, you will understand that a narcissist is all about projection. So none of the things they project onto you really has anything to do with you. So, rejection. If you became unattractive with the narcissist, which at some point you will, if you're looking to exit that type of relationship, you will. Because you'll see that there's a lot of darkness in a narcissist, and there's a lot of unattractiveness to that person with that darkness when you start to become awake. So all that was to say this: overcome fear, overcome rejection. You overcome these two things, you'll find that you will be captive to or for or by no one. When you overcome these two things, you'll find yourself closer to the Creator. You'll find the universe loving you and supporting you, because we were not born with the spirit of fear. And when you avoid living with fear and dealing with rejection, which is what brings on your fear, so overcoming fear, if you overcome rejection, right, that is you overcoming fear. Overcoming fear, you'll find that you'll be closer to the Creator, closer to the universe. You'll be ready for your spiritual rebirth, your spiritual awakening. A life out there that is beyond anything you'll ever experience so far. So that is my 2 cents about overcoming fear and rejection, to overcoming our captors. If you like this content and would like to encourage more, so I can know that it is of value to you, not that you have to let me know, but I know it is, and I thank you for tuning in and watching. Please subscribe to this channel, After Abuse Recovery. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to see you again. I wish you spiritual healing. Namaste.